Right. And happy Monday. Thanks for joining me. Second to last day of October. Wow. Oof. And let's bring our awareness to the present moment. So I like to start by lengthening my spine and find a wiggle, and then taking a full conscious breath. And then smiling to my mind. Grateful to wake up in the morning and have a new day of life and wonder what adventures are going to happen. I'm one of those people, I love adventures, and I find them in the smallest things. It's a blessing. Let's bring our awareness to our feet and soften your body as you melt into the earth and the earth rises up to greet you. And then breathe into your heart and feel it expand. And think about our beautiful planet and all the living things that are sharing the air or contributing to the oxygen. And then imagine the night sky as the crown of your head opens. That vastness, the mysteriousness, the spaciousness between the stars. And take a deep breath, breathing in all the energy of heaven. I'm going to read a passage from the Tao Te Ching, and this is number 9, from A Path and a Practice, using Lao Tzu's Tao Te Ching as a guide to an awakened spiritual life. This is a path of letting go, so there will be room to live. If we hold on to opinions, our minds will become dull and useless. Let go of opinions. If we hold on to possessions, we will always be at risk. Let go of possessions. If we hold on to ego, we will continue to suffer. Let go of ego. Working without thought of praise or blame is the way of true contentment. Yeah, letting go. So I like this book. This one is by William Martin. It's called A Path and a Practice, using Lao Tzu's Tao Te Ching. What is it? To an awakened spiritual life. It's one of my favorite interpreters of the Tao Te Ching. Anyhow, this particular book comes with an interpretation of the reading, so I'm going to read that now. Working without thought of praise or blame is the way to true contentment. Praise and blame are the cornerstones of identity formation. It is almost impossible to sense what life would be like if these poles were removed. Even as I write these words, I hear a voice in my head that whispers, without praise and blame, no one would know how they are supposed to live. Yet might it be possible for us to mature in our behavior without the constant use of carrots and sticks? Is there something within us that naturally delights in helpful action? How does the process of looking for praise and avoiding blame restrict your life? Look especially at the ways you praise and blame yourself. Remember, this is a gentle process. No blaming yourself for praising and blaming yourself. Letting go, being free. Isn't it easier to blame someone when you bump into something? They shouldn't have left that there. I think it's so funny. We humans love to go to blame, and we love to be praised. But that's who we are. So just something to look at in your life. And then let's begin to move just a little bit. Let's sway side to side. Last week I used the image of kelp, and I love that image. because when we move through the air, we sense the air. But when we move through water, there's a little bit of texture, a little bit of resistance, and it senses, it's a different sensation. It's almost a little bit slower, whether we force against the water, pushing, or if we're in a current, we relax and just go with the flow. And I think it's always a nice idea to ask yourself, whoa, am I just going with the flow, or am I pushing against the flow? And water gives us a little bit more texture than air. I love, trees, the bamboo blowing in the breeze. It's just a beautiful, beautiful movement to watch trees in the wind. But then underwater, you think about temperature, texture, the smoothness, and maybe it slows you down a little more, and you can sense the undulation in your spine all the way to your feet. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale with a sigh. And bring yourself to stillness. To practice a little bit of breath work today. And we call it flowing motion, but a little variation of the flowing motion. Let's practice flowing motion for a moment. The inhale, we come up. And the exhale, we come down. Palms face the earth. You can go behind your body if you like. Inhale, palms are up. Exhale down. This is a wonderful way to calm yourself. The idea is to slow the breathing. And let's do 2 more. Go a little slower. Sometimes I imagine energy rising up to my head and then sinking back down to the earth. And this is the variation. The palms stay down the whole time. This is called pulling silk out of the cocoon. And the imagery is that you imagine silken threads on your fingers and thumb tips. And we don't want to break the threads of the silk. It can be very small, or it can be bigger. Pull up towards the head and over the head if you like. But then relax your whole body as you imagine the silken threads sinking back into the earth. I like to imagine the silken threads attached to the healing energy of Mother Earth. So I imagine drawing, healing up. I like a gentle shower, washing, cleansing. Let any impurities flow back into the earth. Drawing up fresh water, fresh nutrients. And then the little cleanse, let it go. Let's do 3 more. See how slowly you can go. You can close your eyes, relax. Last one. And notice how you feel. I have taught lots of nurses over the years, And they tell me that they use flowing motion or pulling out a silk out of the cocoon with their patients who are anxious before tests, blood pressure tests, injections or taking blood. And it really helps to calm the nervous system and thus lower the heart rate. Well, while we were doing that, I thought it's been a long time since we did butterfly. It's a beautiful kata. And I love it for the neck and shoulders. So we're going to imagine first that we are caterpillars. So lengthen your spine. The caterpillars undergo this amazing transformation into butterflies. And then let's bring our little feelers up to about head level. And so here in California, well, I guess there's monarchs all over the place, the East Coast, West Coast. So I love the monarchs. I watch them a lot and plant the good milkweed for them. But they like to eat the milkweed. And so we're going to imagine we're little caterpillars climbing up the milkweed. Let's squeeze our shoulders up high, tense, and then using your fingers, pull down and lengthen. Find more space in your neck. And then we're going to squeeze and then pull down, tuck your chin slightly. Again. And if you need a visual, it's kind of like this, they pull themselves forward, they inch their way like an inchworm. So let's do a couple more. Let's squeeze and then lengthen all the way to your tailbone, tuck your chin, squeeze up, and then lengthen. Find the length in the back of your neck. And then imagine we're big and strong. And then let's come back to pulling silk out of the cocoon, just briefly. What happens with the monarch caterpillars is they get so big that they burst out of their skin and they are inside of a cocoon. It's a beautiful teal blue chrysalis with gold on it. And let's do one more as we imagine we're going to place ourselves into a safe cocoon. Let's wrap one wrist over the other and we rest. Feel your body softening. What happens inside the cocoon is that the caterpillar dissolves into a soupy liquid. And if you like, I like to consider it as the primordial soup where we can emerge from. Let's stay here for 3 breaths, softening, letting go of our previous body, our previous self. Waiting. And if you've seen the chrysalis as the days go by, you can begin to see the wings of the butterfly inside the chrysalis. And then the day comes where the butterfly leaves the safety of the cocoon and the monarchs drop straight down. And so it's a big leap of faith. Maybe they don't remember what the world was. So we breathe in courage and trust. And then let's drop down and let your head go toward your knees, and let's put our wings up. And imagine you found a flower full of nectar and we drink. Reach and stretch your fingers to the sky or your wings. And then let's come back up and let's embrace tiger or cross our wrists. And now the butterfly pumps its life force into the extremities. So we're going to do some lymphatic pumping. Squeeze. Let's pull up and in from the perineum. Grab the floor with your feet. Squeeze your arms and release. Again, squeeze everything in your body. Release. Again. And release. Let's do 5 more. Squeeze. As you release, notice the sensations of blood moving in your body, the lymph traveling in your body. Last two. And then let's dry our wings because they're still covered with the liquid, a little bit of liquid. So to do so, we open, arms go back, and then we bring the wings together, roll the wrists. Inhale, let's do a little arch here. And then curl as you fold. Inhale up, look up. And imagine yourself transformed from the caterpillar, undergoing a huge transformation and emerging as a beautiful butterfly. And let's do three more. Widen your shoulder blades, sensing your wings. Stretch open your heart and lungs. And then let's cross the wrists, palms face your body, connect your thumbs. Little butterfly energy. Let's bathe ourselves with the energy of transformation, the possibilities of changing, evolving. And then two butterflies. This is just a little energy around the body of transformation. You can lift your leg and go down towards the foot. And then shake it off. Very nice. I didn't know we were going to do that, but it's pulling silk out of the cocoon reminded me of that lovely butterfly Qigong. Let's honor our inner butterfly. Smile to yourself. Yes, we are capable of great transformation. Honoring the butterfly. Right, well, let's stand up. And if you like, remain seated. Right. Let's find our alignment while we're standing. Toes are forward, tail straight to the earth. Relax your belly and notice how it feels in your lower half of your body. And then let's lengthen from the waist up. And my chin naturally tucks a little bit as I lengthen my neck. And then let's open like a butterfly. Spread your fingers wide and then palms to the sky. Arch up, sage pose. I love sage pose. It feels good. I feel like I'm actually absorbing the sun, the moon, the stars, the wisdom of the universe. And then let's go right into ringing the temple bell. I know all of you know this. You know, should you wake up with a sore back or a little stiff, this should be your go-to with the taps on the body. Yes, you can tap your lower spine. You can tap your thoracic spine. You can even tap your cervical spine as we work our way up, waking up the organs inside the rib cage, into the chest, over the shoulder. Kind of hard to hit your neck, but you can try it. I think there's better ways to get to the neck. I've sometimes hit my head, wake up the brain, look behind you, hit both sides of your head, nice and easy. Get the blood flowing in your brain. How about coming to the third eye? Waking up our clairvoyance, our spiritual connection. And then let the hands go wherever they want to go. Have a little up and down with the knee. And let's do three more each side. Maybe twist a little further. Conscious effort to look behind you. And good. Let's rub our hands together. Get a little heat going. I'm going to do a quick body pat down. Breathe from your feet up to your heart, encouraging the earth energy to come into your heart and get pumped into your bloodstream. Imagine the light of the sky flowing down through your head and into your heart. Heart can pump the yang at the same time, yin and yang, and then we open to nature again. All that healing energy, and let's clap. Ooh, holding our Tai Chi ball. Let's bring the ball to the top of the head. Slide it into your head and begin to tap. Thank you, brain. Tap your forehead, coming down the face. Lots of acupressure points on the face. So just by tapping your face, you're stimulating them. Onto the closed eyes, cheeks, nose, beneath the nose, above the upper lip, thinking about your upper gums, pink and healthy. Tap your TMJ, let go with a sigh. And then underneath the bottom lip, imagine pink, healthy gums, strong teeth. You can tap your ears, tap your throat, collarbones, nice deep breath. So with collarbones, we've got lung and heart acupressure points. And then coming onto the sternum, stimulating the thymus, immune boosting here. Onto the ribs. You can thank your organs, or you don't have to. Just you want to touch almost every part of our body. Let's go into the back. Deep breath for the adrenal glands. Coming down your back. Hips, buttocks, lower organs in the front. Let's go down the back of the leg. Now the thumbs are on the outside of the leg, coming around your feet. Went up the legs, thumb is on the inside of the legs. And let's come on the top of the arm, spread the fingers wide. Let's pull each finger just because we can, and I like to acknowledge my digits. And then coming up the inside, underneath the armpits, and then other side. Thank you, arm and hand, pull the digits on the inside of the arm. And good. Did we forget anything? I don't think so. So let's gather healing energy and bring it in. Give yourself a hug. Close your eyes. Thank your beautiful body. It's nice to give yourself some self-love. And then release. Very nice. Let's bring ourselves back into alignment. Lengthening the spine, deep breath. And let's pull silk out of the cocoon as slowly as you can go. And smile to your mind. And let's take a couple moments here. Think about how far you've come and the lessons you've learned in your life. You don't get to the age you are without learning a few things, and we can consider ourselves the butterfly. Life is a constant transformation. And as we study Qigong and Tai Chi and practice, we are aware of this. Just as we are aware of our spines. See if you can find a little more space. And sometimes we are aware of our breath. So when we take a slow, deep breath, we can sense how our body feels. We notice the length and quality of the breath. And then we notice the state of our mind without judgment. We all know how to rein it in. If you find yourself going down a rabbit hole or spiraling into depression, if you can notice it, you can say, no, I don't want to do that. Let's change. Let's think about something else. And it's a conscious decision. And let's thank our brains for being, what's the word I'm looking for? Cooperating with our higher knowledge. And then let's bring our feet together. We're going to practice 2 Tai Chis today. And this first one is called 5 Element Tai Chi. It's a repetitive Tai Chi. It's pretty easy. And I love it because we work with the 5 elements, but especially in an emotional capacity. So remember the 5 elements and their associated organs. We've got metal for the lungs, fire for the heart, wood for the liver, earth for the spleen, and water for the kidneys. This has an interesting opening. I'm going to call this the yellow sunflowers and the white orchids, so yellow and white. Let's sink our weight into the yellow side. And we're going to take a small step out. At the same time, the white hand floats up, and we take a small step out, and then we sink, much like pulling silk out of the cocoon, shifting the weight to the white, and then we step out. And then one time we pull silk out of the cocoon. And then we draw energy up and we make our Tai Chi ball. And we're going to start with the lungs, the metal element, and we play the accordion. There's also metal particulates in the air. And in ancient times, they thought that air and metal were associated with the lungs, which kind of makes sense to me because the lungs are about breathing and expanding, inspiration. And the emotions associated with the lungs are grief, sadness, resistance. And so we like to transform those emotions into accepting what is, especially if there's regret or guilt, which is also associated with the lungs. Courage, strength, and dignity to continue on. And then let's hold our Tai Chi ball. Palms face the earth. And the movement as we come across, it's like we're coming across a table, and then we bend the knees and we gather and we bring energy up to the lungs, and then we release. Very simple. Inhale. Let's gather any sadness that you might feel, or guilt or regret. And imagine the hands are clouds, releasing the rain, releasing tears. Loss is hard. And it's important to express, let yourself grieve, let yourself cry. But then we gather the energy of courage to continue on. We can still be sad, but we remind ourselves how important it is to continue. Strength and dignity to hold ourselves up. Inspiration. How are we going to continue forth? And this time, let's gather the energy of platinum, gold, and silver and bring it into your being, knowing that you are valuable. Just as we covet the metals, we are valuable. We forget that sometimes. And we'll do one more. And then let's embrace tiger, bringing one hand over one lung, the other hand over the other lung. Breathing in, I am valuable. Breathing in, I accept what is with courage, strength, and dignity. Thank you, lungs. And then release. Let's pull silk out of the cocoon one time. Drape one arm across your kidneys in the back, doesn't matter which one. Or if you want, drape the yellow. flowers. And the other hand, the palm faces out. And we go into a squat. So we twist to one side and then we come across. And then the palm goes down. There's a scooping motion. We're coming into the kidneys, the element of water. And this becomes like a water wheel. We gather water. It flows out of our hands. And then we observe. The emotions associated with the water element are fear and doubt. So we can gather all our fears and doubts, and just like water, they flow out of our hand. And then the palm, I like to imagine an eyeball. The more I know, the more wisdom I have, the less I fear. So we can gather fear and doubt, and then let it go, observe, learn. Let's do 2 more. And the transition here is we helicopter our arms. So that yellow arm comes out. We reach towards the white flowers. We drape the arm all over the kidneys in the back. And we see things from a different perspective. What is fear? Most of what we fear never happens. We like to worry. Willpower is associated with the kidneys, of the will to continue on. Depression associated with the kidneys. So we let all of that go. Like water flows out of the hands, and we become wise. We become trusting. And let's do 1 more. And then let's place both hands on the kidneys. However you can do it, or you can imagine. I've got my palms facing in, if that's available to you. And say to yourself, I trust and know that everything will turn out just as it's supposed to. Thank you, kidneys. And then relax. Let's pull silk out of the cocoon. And then we make light fists and bring them into your waist. Now, let's imagine you're a tree, moving into the tree element or wood element. And the organ is the liver. And the movement is you bend your knees and it's a slow motion punch. We release the hand floats up, roll the wrist, and close the fingers slowly and bring it back in. Bending the knees, we release. Rising up a little, turning the palm, and bring it back in. This is called punching with an angry glare. The emotions associated with the liver that we want to transform are anger. Let it go. And we bring in forgiveness, rigidity or inflexibility. And we gather the energy of a young sapling willing to bend. Frustration and irritation. And let's bring in the energy of kindness. 1 more slow like this, releasing grudges. And then we speed it up. And so it becomes a punch, 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 release, punch. Don't worry about the bringing in yet, just letting go. I like to make a noise with my breath. Letting it all go. 3 more on each side. And then we punch and then we slow it down. We concentrate on bringing in. Punch. Bring in the forgiving ourselves. How about being kind to ourselves? Flexible when plans change. Forgiveness. What are you bringing in today? Let's do one more each side, releasing, receiving. And then let's shake our fists, release it to the earth. Place both hands, I'll be your mirror, on your right side. This is where the liver is. Thank you, liver. I forgive myself. I forgive others. I am flexible. I am kind. Release. Pull silk out of the cocoon. And then we bring the white hand towards the armpit, but it doesn't touch the armpit. And with the yellow hand, we make a little tiger's mouth. And you could have a snaggle tooth, that little finger if you like, or you don't have to. But we're going to be looking right into the tiger's mouth. We move on to the fire element, which is related to the heart. And this is very simple here. We look for joy. Look for joy and happiness. And then bathe your body. And then over here, look for patience. And then we bring it through the body. So joy, patience, creativity are all emotions associated with our heart. So the emotions we want to let go of or transform are hate, impatience, and being stuck. You know, when we're stuck, our hearts aren't happy. We want to get our creative juices flowing. But when we create something, our hearts are happy. It brings us great joy. And it can be simple. It can be a Qigong class. It can be a table setting, a pretty plate, a flower arrangement, a piece of art that you're working on. So important to let your mind relax and allow yourself to create without maybe even intention of what the end product is. So let's all look for passion and joy. Bring it through your body. Creativity. And the next one, a big one, patience. Patience with yourself, patience with your life, patience with others. Patience. And then let's embrace tiger, bringing the hands to the heart. Smile to your heart. Feel love. Feel joy. Smile to yourself. How are you going to be creative today? Thank you, heart. Relax the hands. Pull silk out of the cocoon. And then we're going to place our thumb and forefinger together, looks like a little heart, and place it over your lower dantian. We're moving into the earth element. The earth is associated with the spleen. And the spleen, what we want to transform our emotions are confusion, anxiousness, worry. And if you think about it, if we're confused, anxious, and worried, we are not peaceful and we are not clear. So we want to transform these energies into clarity and peace of mind. Let's bring the hands up and we're going to roll the hands so the palms face outward. And this is our little window, the window to clarity. And look through your window. And we're going to look through the window the entire time we practice. So you can follow me on the screen, but when you can, bring your hands back or eyes back looking through the window, coming to the third eye, and then coming overhead, still looking. Notice what you see. And let's twist to the white flowers. We twist. The hands are right overhead. And then come back to center. And we twist to the other side. Coming back to center. Twist again. Squeezing out any confusion and squeezing out worry, stress, anxiety. Coming to center. Take a deep breath. Breathing in peace of mind. clarity. And now we're going to begin to lower the window, still gazing through the window. Go nice and slowly. All the lessons we learned by gazing into our window, we return to the lower dantian, breathing in clarity and peace of mind. Bring the hands to your left rib cage, finding your spleen. Thank your spleen. Breathing in, I am peaceful. I am clear. All is well. And then let's lower the hands. Let's pull silk out of the cocoon. And then we go into a form of cloud hands, which is a little different. We push across. So this is a little different than other forms of cloud hands. There's lots of forms of cloud hands, and it's a push. So the palm comes through the head almost, clearing the mind. A little like brush knee senchi, but without finding the ball. Clearing out negative thoughts about yourself. Self-pity, self-criticism, clearing it out. And let's do one more each side. We're going to embrace tiger, return to the mountain. And we gather from earth and heaven one time. You can do this more if you like, but for today, we're just going to do it once. Coming into a Tai Chi meditation. Thanking your lungs as you take a deep breath. Imagine them crystal clear white. Breathe like the metal, like silvery metal. And then breathing fire in your heart. The red of hot coals. Into your liver, breathe in the green color of a young sapling. And the earthy yellow for your spleen. Breathing in your favorite blue for water. As we hold the 5 elements in our arms, we let them dissolve into the body as we bring them into the body. And we're going to close like we open. Let's shift the weight to the the white flowers. It's a small step up. Halfway in, the other side. Inhale up. Exhale down. Let's pull silk out of the cocoon one more time, all the way to the top of the head, knowing that you are the caterpillar, the primordial soup, and the butterfly. And we bring our hands to the heart. Give it a little shake. Oh. And last week there was a hummingbird flying around my head. I've got some butterflies and moths today. I just love being outside. It's a blessing. So let's take a moment. If you'd like to sit down or grab a cup of tea or take a sip of water, that's fine. It's a very powerful Qigong, Tai Chi we just did. I know it's a Tai Chi, and I argued about it being more Qigong-like because it's repetitive and we really don't move our feet. But it is a Tai Chi, and you can find it on the internet also. But this particular version, one of my mentors, she learned it from her mentor in the 70s, a Chinese man who had escaped China, and he was old. And so he thought it was a really important thing for Westerners to be aware of emotional health. And I tend to agree. Let's do a little shake. Notice how you're feeling. Maybe shake off any excess emotional stuff. We still have some. Lengthen the spine with a deep breath. Okay, let's take the deepest breath of the day. Hold it at the top. Think about anything else you want to release and exhale through the mouth. Imagine gray smoke being whatever it is you're releasing. Blow out till you're empty and soft, spent. And then fill up again with the energy of joy. Believing in yourself. And then let's bring the feet together. The Tai Chi kind of day. And we're going to practice Tai Chi 9. And we're going to do it with weight shifting and perhaps stepping side to side. You're not going to worry about the walk. I know many of you on Zoom just don't have the space to walk. So you get the same benefit if we step or sway. Aligning yourself between heaven and earth. Breathing deep into your body. Smiling to your mind as you imagine the Tai Chi ball inside your head. Balance and harmony in every aspect of your life. And knowing that if it's out of balance, you can transform. We're going to step out to the white flowers, sink into the yellow, and let's open. Find 50-50, and then let's shift the weight to the white flowers as we form our Tai Chi ball. If you'd like, you can step in. Now let's begin by harmonizing yin and yang. And I'm going to rock back onto the white flower foot. And then the white flower foot steps in. If you prefer to keep your feet wide, that's fine. And think about what's out of balance. What do you need to release in order to gather what makes things more balanced in your life? And we're going to pause as we transition. There's a post, rolling the ball over, letting it sink, step out, brush knee and chi. Rock back to the white foot. Rock onto the yellow foot. Step in with the right foot. Inhale. Exhale. We protect ourselves, push away. People ask me sometimes, how can I protect myself from depleting my energy? Well, this is a nice way of doing it. Protect yourself, push away. Let's embrace tiger. And as we cut through to clarity, watch the backhand, bend the elbows, keep your arms tight into the body, bend the knees, bring it to the heart. And then let's open, inhale, become big. And then push, compress the Tai Chi ball. Playing with the Tai Chi ball. Let's pull it apart and then compress. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sink, compress. Let's do one more. And let's transition as we embrace tiger, returning to the mountain. The next movement, you can step in, find your Tai Chi ball or your elbow, and release. Stroke the phoenix tail. We stroke. Press. Push on your wrist gently. Resist. And then release. Wave of qi into the upper dantian, middle dantian, lower dantian. And then push. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Embrace tiger. Return to the mountain. Find the ball. Release like the phoenix. We burn, we transform, and then we rise out of the ashes, becoming powerful, magical, mystical, immortal. Class today, theme is transformation. And then we transition by imagining a beautiful rainbow and encircling yourself. Make bird's beaks scoop up from the earth, feed your phoenix. And then we open the heart-mind gate. Rock back to the white. Rock back to the yellow. White footsteps in. Inhale. Send love and healing into the planet. And at the same time, we're opening our hearts, opening our minds. Transitioning into dragon dance. We come, oh no, sorry. Let's transition into cloud hands. And notice how that feels differently from the last Tai Chi we did, where we pushed. This is more of a pulling across the head. Pulling the clouds through the mind. Let's inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. I notice sometimes when I do cloud hands, it seems like I'm going too fast. And all I have to do is bring my awareness back to the breath, coordinate the movements with the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do one more each side, taking advantage. And maybe your breathing is slower than mine. Yay. And now transitioning into dancing with the dragon or dragon dance. We make bird's beak with the white hand, the other hand underneath. I like to step in and then step out. Inhale. Hand comes by the knee, through the midline, shift the weight to the white flowers, rock back, make bird's beak, step in, out, soaring like a dragon, dancing in the sky. And let's grab hold of the sun. Bringing the sun energy through the body, place it in the sky, a little push. Capture the sun, bring vitality through every cell of your body. And then place him back in the sky. If you want to add the feet, we step in, stepping out, rock back onto the white foot. And then as you press, shift the weight to the yellow. Stepping in. Let's gather some moon energy. Oh, we just had that big full moon. Hope. Associated with moon, nurturing energy. The light in the dark sky. The cool, wise energy of the moon. Let yourself become the moon as we pass through the body. And let's pause here. Moon is about wisdom and nurturing. Let's open. Slow motion, like you're opening the window, expanding your consciousness, expanding your mind. And then we gather. Pour it into your heart. Gather from the sky. Give yourself a star bath. Imagine every cell lit up. It makes me smile thinking about it. And we gather the yin, the nurturing energy, the soft, the quiet. And then we gather the yang, energy, action, hard, useful. You can bathe your bones and your blood with the nutrients in the soil. And you can bathe your mind with inspiration, dreams. Let's do one more each side, down to the earth and up to heaven. What are you drawing up? What energy are you moving into your heart? Same with the sky. Maybe it's your spiritual energy, so you have a greater sense of it. Consciously bring it into your body. Oh, let's do one more. So rich. This is where we nurture ourselves, replenish, dreams. And let's hold here. Fingers no higher than your sternum. So your shoulders are down, your elbows are heavy. Make any adjustments with your feet. Toes forward, knees bent, tail down. Long spine. Imagine you're embracing the Tai Chi ball, which is perfect for the moment. Where can you soften? Smile to yourself, and let's close. So the perfect Tai Chi ball, balance and harmony for every aspect in our lives, our bodies, our emotions. And then we step in and we do a slow bathe. Smile to your mind. Upper dantian, smile to your spirit, and then to your heart. Emotions, thoughts, and then to your body, all your systems and functions. We reach into the past, we reach into the future, and just like the water in the water wheel, we let it all go as we know that the present moment is right where we are supposed to be. All that matters. And then give yourself a little shake. Give your tail a little shake. Let's do a little spontaneous movement. Imagine you're a kelp or seaweed grass or seaweed in the water. Know that you're anchored, but wherever you go, I invite you to expand. Firmly rooted so you don't lose touch with our beautiful earth. Rooted and grounded, but then flexible. Let's bring the hands to the belly. Thank you, body. Thank you, heart. Thank you, mind. Thank you, precious spirit. And then let's open as we surround ourselves with our light. But that light, it stands out. It also protects us. And then we honor our work that we did today. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice. And I look forward to seeing you again soon.